So what happens when a guest comes and breaks something? Booking.com doesn't help you. They let you use the credit card of the guest, but then it's really up to you on how much to charge, and if there's a chargeback because the guest doesn't agree, there is not really help from booking side. Airbnb is more advanced. The problem can be solved internally with the guest or escalated to Airbnb, and if it's escalated, somebody in Airbnb will decide basically. And so your claim is basically in the hands of someone who may not have all the information or not the time to deal with the issue properly, or they don't have enough expertise. Or even if they have it, still, you have one person deciding on your case sitting very far from where this happened. It works pretty well, it has to be said. Airbnb brought this to a new level, but still, there may be better ways to deal with that. So how do you do that in trips? We are not going to hire an army of people deciding on claims. An idea we had, and that's how we may develop this feature, is to automatically build a group of people, some hosts and some guests, who will together try to reach a consensus about the specific issue. So let's say somebody breaks something and the host requires, $100 to be paid, and the guest refuses. The issue will be escalated, and the group will be formed automatically by the system. These are people who help the network, okay? Let's say there's gonna be 7 people deciding on this, like 4 hosts and 3 guests or whatever. And the guest and the host will be able to basically provide all the documents necessary. And then there's gonna be a discussion. Everything online, of course. So this discussion will be done with many heads, not just one head, and some of these people deciding will be local. So let's say the internet was down, and the locals in this panel of experts, they know that the internet was actually down for 6 hours all over the city. And this is different from somebody sitting in Dublin who doesn't know about that and who will just say your internet was down. Okay, it's clear that the fault here is not with the host, but with the internet itself. All right, so that's just an example. Local knowledge is really important here, and also by allowing the discussion, we'll probably have a more fair decision at the end. Why would people invest time into this? Because they are rewarded, they are paid for this. So they vote, decision is taken, and the smart contract in the software releases the deposit money to the host or not, or a part of it. Then this ruling becomes public and other users can actually vote on it. And that will be a way to avoid clearly wrong decisions. So if many users vote against this ruling, it can be ruled again. The idea is that the network decides, and the network has interest in the system being powerful, being precise. We have removed a centralized entity to take decisions, and the network decides. And the network pays the network. In this case, the board is composed of people who do some extra work for the network, and they are immediately rewarded. If you gave availability to be a board member, we called it claims, you're gonna just get a notification on your phone and you'll see the issue. And if you are fast in replying, you can be part of this board, and between, let's say, 24 hours, you have the time to analyze the situation, discuss a little bit, and then cast your vote. That's how easy it is. And you do this on the run wherever you are. That's the basic idea. And you do this because you want to make some money and because you want the network to work. And with the same system, we can deal with damages to the guest, like when a guest gets hurt by something not properly arranged in the apartment, listing quality against scammy listings, for instance, and many other things. This could even evolve into an internal insurance product where every host commits a little bit of money to an insurance pool, and insurance claims are dealt collectively. And everything is based on smart contracts where if something like this is decided by the network, the money is sent automatically. Smart contracts are at the base, at the core of these systems, and they are basically automatic scripts, which in this case would send money if something happens. So this is just an example of the governance issue. Once you remove a central organization, you need to deal with all these governance issues. Who decides what and how it is decided? we're gonna have to work on it. We're gonna have to find the best ways. This is a long road before things are really usable. That's why I want to take this very slowly and discuss all the basics before we do any kind of development on that. Governance in decentralized networks is really cutting edge, so we don't have all the solutions right now, but that's how it should work in general. I know this may sound a bit too futuristic, and it may actually be. So what we're doing now is to try to start a discussion on this. Okay, that's the first thing we'd like to discuss. Why don't you start thinking about how would you solve, for instance, the damage deposit problem in the best way possible? That's the proposal I put there on the table. There may be others. Just let's start thinking about this, and then soon we're gonna start a discussion. So thank you again for listening to this, and I'll see you in the next one.